Hi, it's Ed Oakley here on behalf of Enlightened Leadership Solutions, wishing you a very special holiday season and Happy New Year. Now, this is a special year. Many places around the world there have been challenges. Many of the economies, many people, many organizations have had challenges. And I think it's really important for us to kick off the new year in an appropriate way. And I would like to suggest a bit of a planning process. So we'd like to make this as a gift to you, to invite you to really take time to think through some questions and take notes. Get off by yourself to do this kind of thing. If you're doing it for work, it would actually be useful to do it perhaps with your small team. That's a possibility. But when you hear them, you'll understand. But basically, it's meant for you as an individual to be able to look at your life right now from a very special perspective that supports you best in optimizing moving into 2010. And I wish I hadn't said 2010 because I might want to use this next year, but I did. All right, so here are the questions. Given all the challenges of this past year, what are you grateful for? Another way of saying that is, what are the successes, the achievements, the positive aspects of 2009 for you in your family, yourself, your friends, your work, every aspect of your life? Really take some time to look at what you are grateful for. There are always things that we are and should be grateful for. And what I think you'll find is the more you find these and write them down and keep working on it, spend some time on this, the more energy you're going to have to start thinking ahead. Now the second step is, what specifically are the little things that you did personally to contribute to those successes, to those wins, to those achievements, to those positive aspects of your past year? What specifically are the little things that you contributed? What else? What else? What else? Really important. Put some attention and energy into that. You know what? You're a special person. And the contributions you are making are because of the special talents and capabilities that you have and the person that you are. So, take the time now to get more in touch with that specialness of who you are. And that's the question, to do that, to analyze those successes for what your contributions were. All right? Okay. Then let's go to step 3. Step 3 is, what do those contributions say about your talents, your skills, your strengths, and your specialness? Wow. That's important to get in touch with. What else? What does it say about you? This is important. Spend some time on this one to really get in touch with your specialness, because it is your specialness that is needed in the world right now to provide leadership, to take us to a new level of consciousness, to a new level of effectiveness, to help us transform this planet to one that's even more effective worldwide, and in many ways that helping lots of people all over the world have better lives. What do those things say about you? All right, step 4. Right now, here and now, as you're doing this exercise, what is your best vision of what you'd like next year to be like? Think about that. What about in the area of your work? Paint a clear picture of what you'd like to have there in your work. Does it involve doing different work? Does it involve being more effective in your work? Does it involve doing another level of your work? What does it involve? What's your best vision of what that would look like? And how about the personal side of your life? Your relationship, perhaps? Your relationships as well as your primary relationship, perhaps? your vacation, other fun things you'd like to do. What's your best vision right now, thinking about next year that would be of value to really get into your mindset right now as a vision of what you want to create? A lot of aspects of the concepts of The Secret, the popular movie The Secret, certainly the visioning aspects and staying clear about what you want are very, very powerful. All right, and step 5. Imagine how you would feel if key aspects of your vision came to be true, came into being, if you will. If you got that job you're hoping to get, if you were able to take your effectiveness to another level in your work, if you were able to do some of the fun things that you are envisioning now and share them with the people you love, all these things. Imagine how you would feel and get into those feelings. Allow yourself to have those feelings. And you tough guys out there who think more than you feel, all right, think about it then. What would it be like from a thinking standpoint? That's okay. Nothing wrong with that. I can relate. All right. But you want to think about that in a significant amount of detail. So now, the last step then is simply, what are some actions you could take right now to move toward that vision? What are some simple things? Don't take this big action. Well, you can, this idea that you can get another job, for instance, that is completely different than what you're doing now. That's way too big. What are the first steps? Maybe the first steps are doing a little bit of a search online, or maybe joining an internet social media community or something where you're starting to communicate with people, or maybe you're starting to communicate with people in an offline environment, in a club or a community or a church environment, something like that. But what is something simple that you can start doing right now in each of these aspects of this vision? And what are a few things you can do, and make them small enough that you can do them within the next week, and then check them off and say, yeah, I did that. I took a step toward accomplishing my vision by taking action. Because you know what? That's the piece in The Secret. Come back to that, it occurs to me, that they didn't emphasize enough, in my opinion. The action part. You can't sit on the sofa and just envision all this stuff happening and not do anything and expect it to ever happen. But you can sit on the sofa and design it in your mind, create the vision of what you want to create for next year, for you, your family, your loved ones, your friends, your work, and then go out and take specific action. And when you take that action, celebrate it. Celebrate it. And go right back through the process, continually looking for what else can you do? What are the next steps? Celebrate the successes and then take a next step. All right. I hope that you're inspired to sit down and take the time. You know what? You deserve to take the time in the next couple of weeks to think about the past year in the positive ways that we've talked about. Looking for the little gifts in the past year, the positive aspects, and using those to energize you to start thinking about your planning and visioning for next year, and planning some actions, and then go do it. You deserve it. Do it. Do it for you. I'm going to. Take care. And on behalf of Enlightened Leadership Solutions, we wish you and your family and your team members the very best of this holiday season, and a very special, warm, loving time for you, and also a very special new year. Take care.